Hello everybody, this is Coach Tara Woodruff, the Helpful Entrepreneur, coming to you out of Holiday, Florida. And today I'm feeling like I'm coming out of my little summer cold there. Ugh, I don't like being sick. So last night I did an oil pull and this morning I did it again. So I think that really helped me kind of get into the spot that I want to be on the road to recovery. I think I'm probably 60%, 70%. I'm probably more like 70%. 60% would be pretty ill. So I'm feeling pretty good, but that's not what this video is about today. This video is about what's wrong with the direct sales industry. What's wrong with, some people call it MLM, network marketing, internet marketing, party business, where the business structure is that you get paid based on commissions and based on your performance. Okay, well there's a lot of other businesses out there that are like that. Go work at a car dealership and sell high-end cars. Go ahead. Sell BMWs and brand new ones and brand new Mercedes, and you are only going to bring home what you sell. You're only going to bring home what you produce for the company. So this MLM thing, you know, why that bothers people, I'm trying to get to the bottom of it. And for instance, if you are a car salesman and you sell a car to somebody, that you only get the commission off that car once. The guy that gets the residual is the guy in the back office that sells them, you know, extras on their finances and whatnot. They get a residual income off that. Your customer might turn into a referral, and you might sell another car to them, to their friends or their family. You might or might not, but that's not residual income because you have to constantly show the car, test the drive, run the credit, and go through the process of negotiation. So that's considered a legitimate business, correct? You know, being in real estate, that's a legitimate business, right? Right? You sell a house, you make a commission. You sell another house, you make a commission. The only time that you make a residual income is when you invest in properties and turn them into suitable living spaces and rent them. Then you have a passive income from them. So, what's the problem with direct sales or MLM or network marketing? Why on earth is it impossible to advertise your opportunity on places like Craigslist? We'll use Craigslist as an example because they're notorious for hating anything that has to do with a commission-based business that you could make residual income off of. Got me. Well, I figured it out. I know what's wrong with this industry. I am 100% sure I know exactly what's wrong with this industry, and I'm going to tell you what it is, and you might not like it. If you have a negative connotation towards MLM, I'm going to keep saying MLM, it's generally because you've had a negative experience with MLM. And that negative experience is, and you can yell at me all you want, I'm just going to delete your negative comments anyway. You joined a business, you went in either at a basic level where you bought a real small business package in your auto ship, your product auto ship, because you have to have a product, right, in order for it to be a legitimate business. Or you came in at your middle ground, which is about $500 to $750, depends on which company, and then, or you came in at a higher level, which would be $1,000 to $3,500, depends on the company. So you came into this business, you were excited about it for about a day. You maybe got on the phone with your team leader, you know, not the person that sponsored you, but the person above them that gets them all excited, and gets you all excited, and everyone's really excited, and you did that, and you maybe you got your first month's auto ship and maybe your second month's auto ship, but within 90 days, 97% of you quit. And I'm going to tell you exactly why. Because somewhere along the line, you were unable to differentiate potential income. Okay? The people that are making money in this industry are not doing it by just covering their auto ship every month. Trust me. You didn't work at it. You didn't put in the time. Let me use another example. We'll forget the kind of jobs you can have that are commission-based. Let's talk about being an entrepreneur and opening your own brick and mortar. Okay? Say you wanted to open a breakfast shop. Let's use a breakfast shop because there's a lot of money profit in a breakfast shop. Why? Because you can buy an egg for 33 cents and sell it for $2.50. You can hire 90% of your staff at $2.50 an hour because they're waiters. You can pay minimum wage to your dishwasher. And in Florida, you can get away with paying somebody $8, $9 an hour to cook. Okay, so you open this restaurant and say it cost you $150,000 to open this restaurant with all your permits, your licensing, your lease, or you purchase your property with your equipment, with your staff, and your insurance. All that stuff costs $150,000. There's nothing wrong with that business because you are employing people and you're helping people try to earn money. You're probably not going to be paying anybody a livable wage. You're going to be depending on your customers to pay your 90% of your employees a livable wage because you're only paying them $2.50 an hour. It will take you 3 years at busting your ass at being there every day for every hour that that restaurant's open, making sure that your staff is presenting your food and presenting your company and presenting your everything about what you're trying to sell to your customers in the proper way. You're going to be there every day, every time you're open, without fail, no excuses, and you will not see $1 in profit for 3 years. Why is it somebody would think that doing that would be more legitimate than putting $1,000 towards a business and busting their butt to make it happen? And then when they don't see some action within 90 days, they're all freaking upset, and it's all the MLM industry's fault. It's all a pyramid scheme. I did one of those once, and I got screwed over. Not a soul has done one of those once that got screwed over. Except for, there are a couple of situations where people get involved with this, with an opportunity that turns out to be completely illegitimate, and they get robbed. That happens, but that only happens to this many people. So we're going to leave that equation out. Okay. So do you understand that if you were to open a brick and mortar business, you're looking at least $150,000 to get it started. And then it's going to take you at least 3 years to see $1 in profit. And you're not going to bitch about that. You're probably failed in the first year. Not because you didn't try, not for lack of trying, but because it costs too much money to run one. Now, in a multi-level marketing company, like I said, you can come in at $500,000, sometimes a little higher, depends on the company. Everybody's a little bit different, but that's a general rule. Is your starter is at $500 and your premium package is at $1,000. You get tons of stuff, and you're already a quarter or halfway to your first major promotion. If you spend an hour a day working on the skills you need to be an effective, productive network marketer, whether you focus on internet marketing or belly-to-belly marketing, you still need to do some internet marketing because even Coca-Cola has a Facebook page, okay? You need to learn those skills. You need to learn how to 3-foot people. You need to learn how to keep in contact with your list, how to create a list, how to use an autoresponder, how to send out a follow-up message. You need to learn how to create content to get people interested in you. You need to learn how to brand. You need to learn how to do a proper presentation if you're doing a presentation at your house or at the local community service center or at your church. You need to know how to stand in front of a PowerPoint and explain what's going on and be confident and happy. And then you need to also take some time every day for the people that you do bring into your business to teach them how to do it. Okay? You can literally do this business and make a lot of money and way before your first 3 years are up if you do the work. But if you're going to be so weak that you're going to quit before anything even gets started, and then you're going to turn around and bash the industry, that's just shame on you shit. That just pisses me off. The type of people that I attract to my business know better than that. They know that sometimes it's going to take a little bit more work. There are no such thing as overnight stories. You may hear about, you'll go into a company, well, this person hit, the rank of superstar, millionaire, ambassador within the first 45 days of their business. Well, I'm going to tell you something that's a secret you might not know about. They've probably been in the industry and have a severely large following, and they've probably been working in that industry for over 5 years. Certainly over 3. When people start to really come around to you and you start to gain momentum in this industry, from the start, from your very first experience to where you break the ice, where you hit that tipping point where all of a sudden you're getting, you're making 7-figure checks. When you're bringing in 5 figures a month, when you're bringing in 6, that stuff happens. Go check out some stats. Those people didn't quit in their first 90 days. So don't come into a business expecting that you're going to hit those kind of stats if you're not willing to do the kind of work that they did. Just don't do that. You know, you're not going to be any good at home parties if you don't have any local influence. It's not going to happen. You could throw a home party day in and day out. Trust me, I've done it. I have no local influence. No one ever showed. So I focus more on the internet. Does that mean I stop doing my business? Does that mean I stop believing in my success? Does that mean that I don't have influence in general? Well, if I could get people on a plane to come to one of my presentations, I pack the house. Okay? It's just one of those things. You've got to learn how to promote your business. You've got to learn how to brand yourself, and you've got to learn how to have the perseverance to get somewhere. You could go out there and get a job. Let's not even talk about a commissions job. You could go out there and get a job entry level with your degree at some nice firm. Okay, your starting salary might be anywhere from $27,000 to $35,000 a year if you're lucky. If you're lucky. And maybe within 5 years to 8 years, if you do your due diligence, you might become partner. If you're in a law firm, or if you're a doctor, you might become partner in a practice. But the chances are, let's take a look at the reality. How many people are really doing professional jobs? I mean, how many people actually graduate college and are in that field with their degree? The numbers are so tiny, guys. So say you're someone like me, and I worked in the service industry all my life. And the longer I was in it, the better I got. And I can't even tell you, I mean, my gosh, I had one job that was really super awesome. I've ran 2 restaurants in my life. One of them I got totally screwed out of. That's okay. I should have known better. I should have saw it coming. And the last one that I had that I absolutely totally loved, I got paid way under the normal, way under. The average restaurant manager in this area actually makes about $40,000 a year. I wasn't even touching it. But I loved it. And going to work didn't hurt my feelings. It was one of the freaking best things ever. I loved that job. And when I left that job, I ended up in another service industry job where I was treated like garbage. Garbage. You can go back and look at how I manifested my business. I think I have a playlist on YouTube. And you can see the anger and the pain that I was going through in that. So I ended up leaving that job because I was no longer able to continue justifying why I would continue to hurt my physical body, my mental mind, and my heart, dedicating myself the way I did. I always bring 120% every time I show up and getting nowhere for it. I was done with that. Okay? So what I did is I got some faith and I stepped out on it. And I struggled. And it wasn't my first time around with network marketing, not even close. I had been doing that on the side for a while. Even working that really hard. And it just came down to this, either I'm going to have some faith in myself and I'm going to run with it. And you know how long it's taken me to actually bring in any money at all that was significant? I mean, sure, I'd get checks here and there, and sure, I would have some success, but where I could depend upon that, yes, I can go grocery shopping this week. It's taken a long time. So what I'm saying to you is, if you don't have the guts to be in network marketing, do not join. No one's here to try to convince you. I don't want somebody coming to my business not doing nothing and leaving in 90 days anyway. I want you to be hungry enough to want to learn this trade. Because if you apply yourself, you can move faster than I did. I was moving against all sorts of crazy things. I was trying to get my mind straight under all sorts of crazy circumstances. And most people weren't even aware of that I was going through, but it was coming through to people. And the need was too high. You've got to feel confident. And you've got to be patient. Because there is no such thing as an overnight success in any industry. These people work. When they get real good at it, they can squeeze that work time down real small. I'm going to talk about Michelle Pesco-Solido. I use her name a lot, and I finally learned how to say her name without having to read it. She's in my primary business. She's not under me, but she's in the same company, and she is also an MLSP. Phenomenal leader, amazing teacher, And I would say, I'm going to have to guess that, I would say that from what I see, the content that she's producing, that she's probably working about 4 hours a day, which for a network marketer is a lot. She's also doing webinars, so you add on to that. And then she's attending her own webinars and her own training, and she's doing her own personal development. But let me tell you how many times I've known her for the past 3 months since I've been in Evolv. And I never knew who she was before. Since I've known her, she's been on 4 vacations. I want to ask you how many vacations you've been on in the last 4 months. I'm waiting. I'm not talking about a weekend. I'm talking about a week or more in the last 4 months. How many vacations have you been on? And how long have you worked at your job? And why can't you have more time off? Michelle Pesco-Salido swears she's been in this business for about 3.5 years. I don't need to question that. What the frig do I need to question that for? I know that if you could put your nose to the grindstone the way that woman does, and the way I do, and the way Cedrick Harris does, you can be a success, and you have no choice but to be a success, and it'll be far faster than any pyramid scheme job you can get, and far faster than any brick and mortar business you can own. Okay? So stop joining network marketing if you don't have the balls to do it. Because I am tired of hearing y'all. Thank you. That's my rant for the day. This is Coach Tara, the helpful entrepreneur. And this, if you're thinking about being in network marketing, this should be the very first video you watch. Because this is not for the weak. Thank you very much. Please share, like, comment, love, dove, ghost, share, whatever you want. Do it, do it. I love you. Bye.